right? So I just hit 10,000 on X. Unreal. I never really thought that someday I'm actually gonna hit 10,000 on X. Never really thought of that because anytime I do post on X, like n- it doesn't go viral somehow. So since I've partnered with FundingPips, probably because of this badge, you guys see this thing here? Probably because of that small FundingPips logo on my profile. Maybe that's people actually give me some sort of respect of it. But anyway, so let me share my screen for a while. So basically, I'm looking at gold chart, right? Ah, we have gold for the first time in weeks. Gold is selling, which is interesting to see. But again, this sell, I was expecting this sell, but I couldn't just sell it because selling gold, you have to be crazy to sell gold, because this thing just keep going up. But if I should give you some sort of breakdown analysis, the reason why this thing is selling, okay, like it's giving some sort of pullback is because if you look at, let's say, market structure, right, on this weekly time frame, we can see that you can read from this, right? We have a high, low, pullback, this pullback, this pullback, this pullback. But one thing I use the most is the average impulse or average pullback size. Okay, I don't know if you've ever heard it somewhere, but that's what I use. So let's say from this low until price gave a new high. Okay, so if this is the size of this impulse to the upside, I'm expecting the next impulse to have either the same or higher. Okay, if it's lower, I'm not really expecting anything lower. So I'm most of the time I'm expecting something the same size or higher. So if I take this and then I bring it here, you can see that the next impulse from this low here, it went higher than the previous one here. So if you now take the same thing from this one and then you bring it here, what happened is from here price bought and then it has completed the previous impulse size as well. You can see that every single impulse price has done here is the same thing. This one is pretty much the same or higher than this one. This one is pretty much the same as this or higher. Okay. And then the same thing happens to the previous one as well. So if you look at, let's say, this one, then the next impulse is higher or equal to this. So the same thing happens again and again. If you guys write anything on my screen, I'm going to off this call and I'm not gonna have the call again. I'm telling you guys already. Okay. I should have just done a YouTube live. I gave you guys a Zoom. I don't really give a Zoom, but give you guys a Zoom because I really want you guys to participate, but you guys do not want. So I'm just gonna off this call and never gonna break down anything again. Okay. So let me come back. So this is basically how I use the pullback size. So when price went higher than the previous pullback, I'm expecting price to sell at some point. So that's why we are having this sell to the downside. And the sell most of the time, the breakdown I did for the impulse size, the same thing works for the pullback size as well. So if you see price pullback from this high to this low here, you can be expecting that the next pullback is going to be pretty much the same size. You can see that it's pretty much the same size. And then the previous pullback as well is again, you have to start from the old one to the new one. So if you start, let's say, from this one, right? If you take this, let's say this one here, this pullback is almost the same or higher than this one here. And then this one as well is the same thing, almost the same or longer than this one here. And then the same thing happens to this as well. So if price is giving a pullback and then I'm expecting to buy after the pullback, then I make sure that price has completed, price has at least completed previous pullback size. So after price doing that, I know that there's a reason for this thing to go to the upside. Hope that makes sense. So this would break down, like give you an idea when price is ready to give a pullback, when price is ready to do an impulse, and when do you think an impulse may even ends. Okay. So yeah, this is just an idea. So right now, the trade I've taken, I think I've taken more trade, but today I just want to break down exactly how I did to pass those three accounts with funding pips, right? So basically, this is what happened. Funding pips allows you to have 300K. I think I'm recording right, yeah. So funding pips allow you to have 300K funding, right? So you can get funded up to 300K. So the 300K right there, they don't offer a single 300K account. So what happened here is you can have three account of 100K. So this is how much you can have with funding pips. You cannot have more. You can have less if you can't buy three account. But yeah, 100K, 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 three account. That's how much you can be max funded. So what happened to me is I used to be max funded. I think 3 months ago I had three account 100K. So I had 100K and then I had 100K. And then I had 100K. Okay, I had 300K this way, right? That was like 3 months ago. And then what happened is one of my accounts from April, the account got scaled up to 120K, right? So this account here went from 100K to 120K. So since this account got scaled up, that means that if you try to add all my account size together, it's like 320K, which exceed the 300K max allocation funding pips allows, right? So because of that, FundingPips did not allow me to buy one more 100K account. So I can only buy as I already had a 120K here, I can only buy another 100K and then probably a 50K if I want, and then probably maybe a 10K here. So 10K plus this like 60K, and then this like 220K. So that give me a max allocation of 118K. So I couldn't buy 300K account. I wasn't allowed. Why? Because my account got scaled up. So when your account gets scaled up, it takes your others allocation. So I didn't like it. I didn't want it. So that account that got scaled up 120K, I was happy that the account got scaled up. There's a lot of advantages of it being scaled up. Like you have higher drawdown. Like instead of having $10,000 drawdown, I had $13,000 drawdown. I was happy having a higher drawdown though, but I didn't really like it because I wasn't allowed to have three accounts this way, right? So because of that, in a way, I truly wanted to lose this 120K account. Because if I do lose the account, then it will now allow me to go back to having three accounts of 100K. So that was the idea I have in mind. But again, I'm not just gonna blow an account because I want to do whatever. So after my last payout, which I requested in Dubai, that $3,000 payout, the account got reset back to break even. And then I had some losses. The account was down 5%. So I could have waited for the best setup and then just recover the losses. But I'm like, okay, whatever, just blow it and then buy three account and try to get my 300K funded back. So that was the idea I have in mind, right? And then that was exactly what happened. I lost the account. Then I had what, zero funding. So today is 31st. I don't know my YouTube. Let me check. When did I posted that video? I think I posted like two days ago, right? So how insane that thing was is that 3 days ago, literally 3 days ago, I had zero funding with funding pips. Yeah, you can see 2 days here. So today is 31st, so 30, 29. I think 29 or 28. So on 28 October, I didn't have any funding with funding pips. I only had one account, 200K with funded next. That was literally the only live account I have. I have no other live account. That was the only live account I have. But I trust my thing, right? So here's how I trade challenge. Mostly when I trade challenge. First, with funding peeps, I like trading their two-step pro account. Okay, let me come back to their website. So I'm gonna show you guys. Uh, I'm not sure you guys the differences between what they have funding peeps pro, and all of that. But I like trading the funding peeps pro, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Uh, why the website keep. Mm. Anyway, uh, I don't know why the website is taking long, but yeah. So what they have is they have the two-step pro, and then they have the two-step funding pips pro basically. So the account is like funding pips, and then they have the funding pips pro. Yeah, this is perfect. So what you have here is you can see that they have the zero meaning that it's instant funding. You can get the account without having to pass the challenge directly a live account. But the reason I don't like trading instant funding is because you have consistency rule. And with consistency rule, you have to trade more days before request for a payout. You cannot just trade today, make profit, and request for money. You have to like trade for at least 3 to 5 days, and then out of those 3 or 5 days you are trading, you have to you have to make small profit every single day. If you want to make $3,000 profit at the end of the 3 days to request for a payout, then day one you have to make 1,000, day two you have to make 1,000, and day three you have to make 1,000. But the issue with this is if day one you made 1,000 and then day two you lost 1,000, then it make it more difficult because on day three you cannot make 2,000 because you are supposed to recover the 1,000 loss and then maybe make another 1,000. No, you can't do that. You can only make a small portion of the profit every single day. And then You can see consistency here is 15. So 15 here is even worse. You have to trade for like 6 days just to follow this consistency rule. And then you can see that the max loss is just 5%. And I think even the drawdown should be like trailing. I don't know. They didn't put it here, but I think the drawdown should be like trailing. So I have like 90 reason or 100% of a reason I do not want to trade a zero account. Okay. So now it only leaves me one step and two-step account, right? So the one step used to be my favorite because you only have phase one. You make 10% phase one, and then you have 6% drawdown and blah blah blah. It's very easy. But the thing here, I don't like the one step right now is because one step only has 130 leverage. The leverage is really low, so I don't like trading. Like assuming if I buy 100K right now, one step, I wouldn't be allowed to open more than two lot size on gold. Why? Because the leverage is really low. And if I'm opening two lot size, for you to make $10,000 with two lot size, you need like a really huge move on whatever asset you are trading. So that's the main reason why the one step I can't trade it because you need like to catch really really big moves, and really big moves don't happen every single day. Like if you check, let's say gold for the past 2 or 3 days here, I'm pretty sure even if you bought down here until this high, I don't think that would have made that $10,000 just because you need price to like really really move a lot for you to pass. So it makes it really difficult for you to pass challenge. Pretty much one trade, so you have to like make small today, make small tomorrow. It's gonna take you a while to pass. So that's why the one step is no longer my favorite. It used to be my favorite when they had like 1 to 100 leverage, but right now it's 130. So that's not my thing. So now it only leaves me option with two-step. And the two-step, I like both the FundingPips and the FundingPips Pro. I don't know if you guys remember, I even posted on my X, ask you guys like, yo, uh which of them should I buy? The FundingPips or the FundingPips Pro? I like both. Why? Let me explain. The FundingPips here is just a normal thing. You have phase one, you have to make 8%. Phase two, you have to make 5%. You have overall drawdown 10%, maximum daily loss 5. Overall drawdown 10%, and then max daily loss 5%. It's really really good, right? Very good. But the thing here is that this is the payout cycle. If you want payout weekly, when they say every Tuesday, that's basically weekly. That's a 60% profit split. And then bi-weekly is 80% profit split. And then on demand is 90%. On demand meaning that anytime you make profit, you can request anytime you want. But again, the on demand, I think it has like consistency rule and stuff. So again, this is really not my thing. And then they have the monthly 100% profit split. So I prefer the monthly 100% profit split. My old account, I used to have the monthly 100% profit split because when I trade with the Propfirm, I don't want to leave out any profit to the Propfirm. I want to like take everything for myself. So I prefer the 100% profit split. But again, if I take three account 100K profit, 100 profit split here, I have to wait for a whole month just to get my money. So if I get three account with 100% profit split, then it's gonna be very difficult for me. Like okay, let's say I trade, I make money. I'm gonna wait for a whole 1 month just to resume trading the account. So that's why I didn't go for this one because it's gonna take a while. And if I also want to get funded with the two-step funding pips, I have minimum trading days 3 days. So it will take me 3 days to pass phase one, 3 days to pass phase two before I get the live account. So it's gonna take me longer in any way. Passing challenge is gonna take me longer. Once I have the live account, it's still gonna take me longer to get payout. I can probably go for bi-weekly, which is 80% profit split. This could have been cool. But now let's look at the Funding Pips Pro. But before I go there, look at the 100K account size. The 100K on the Funding Pips costs $530. But then the Funding Pips Pro only costs $400. So it costs about $120 less expensive. Okay. And again, some of you guys, if you are trying to buy account, you're looking for the cheapest one. If you go for the Funding Pips Pro 5K, it costs $29. Okay, that's like I think the cheapest you can get because if you come to the Funding Pips Simple, that's like $36. So it's about $10 more expensive, I think. Yeah, or how much expensive is $7 more expensive. So this is the reason why I went for the Funding Pips Pro, but not because of the price. I can purchase at any price, okay? But the reason I went for the Funding Pips Pro here is that when you look at the profit target, okay, phase one is 6%, phase two is 6%. So you have only 6% per phase. But not only that, if you look at the leverage is 100. So that means I can open a big lot size and still have a very low profit target. Meanwhile, the one step, you have a high profit target with a low leverage. So here it's very easy. Meaning that if I'm, let's say, what I did is I risk about 2% per trade. So if I'm risking 2%, okay, let's do the math. If I'm risking 2% per trade, and then I have a 3R risk reward, all I need is 3R. So if you do 2 times 3, what are you getting? If you do 2 times 3, you are getting 6. So you are making 6% just by catching a 3R trade. And I can 100% tell you guys, any of you can catch a 6%. Okay, any of you can catch a 3R trade. 3R trade is the easiest you can get. How many times did you take a trade? It ran for 3R and it came back and hit your break even. Thousands of times. It happens every single time, right? But if the 3R right there was actually your profit target, then those your break even or stop loss you hit on your 3R after stop loss, that could have been a win. I hope that makes sense. That could have been a win. That's why I went for the FundingPips Pro. Why? Because first, I'm risking 2% per trade on the challenge, and then they have daily drawdown 3%. So if daily drawdown is 3%, if I'm risking 2% here, I'm making sure that I'm only taking one trade per day. After one trade, I hit stop loss, then I'm not going to take any other trade because I'm only left with 1%. If I take another 1% loss, then I'm losing the account. So I only have what one trade per day. And you have no right to making mistakes, okay? Because if you make mistake, you lose 2%, you have to wait tomorrow. And guess what? The overall drawdown is only 6%. So if overall drawdown is 6%, you only have 3 setup to blow the account. That's one thing you guys have to understand. Overall drawdown is 6%. If you are risking 2%, you only have what? 3 trades to lose the account. Okay? So if you have only 3 trades to lose the account, this is a mindset here. One thing you guys have as issue is like when you trade funded, you buy the account, you think that that is like your last money. You buy the account as if that's like the last money you have. If you trade that way, there's no way for you to pass the challenge because as anyone, okay, me, anyone else, any trader, you can even see trader having like $1 million in payout in a month. They blow account, okay? They can 100% tell you that, yes, I can blow account. But that's one thing that you guys don't want to admit. Like, if I say I blew account, he's a bad trader. No, you have to blow account for you to pass, okay? You have to blow account for you to pass. So now let's look at something. The odds for you to get a 3R trade is very high, right? So if the odds for you to get a 3R is very high, and then let's assume here, okay? Please delay what you're putting here. Let me explain my thing. So what's happening here is that if the odds for you of getting a 3R trade is really high, what can happen here is that what can happen here is that if the odds of you to get what a 3R trade is really high, assuming that you buy 5 account, okay? Let's say you buy 5 Propfirm account. Let's say you buy 5K each. Having in mind that 5K, let me pull up my calculation really quick. So if you buy 5K, 5 account of 5K, and then if each 5K costs $29, as we did the calculation, you're only gonna spend about $150 just to get 5 account. Okay? What are you going to get? You're going to get 5 account for $150, around $150. So $150 you have 5 accounts. And trust me, if you are risking 2% per trade, knowing that 3 setup you lose, and then 3R is all you need, whatever happens, you'll have to at least pass minimum 2 accounts out of this. Minimum. You have to pass at least 2 of this. So what happened? Let's say here, let's say phase 1, you pass 3 accounts, and then let's say phase 2, you probably pass 2 accounts, and then maybe the live account, you blow one, and maybe one of them you get a payout. So if one of them you got a payout, let's say one of those, let's say you get like a $300 payout. One payout is gonna recover every single losses you ever had here. Okay, so if you spend $150 to buy account, one payout can recover all of this, can even make you more profit. And guess what? The account still remains with you. It's not like you're going to lose the account or anything. The account is still gonna do what? It remains with you. So don't have a fear that you're gonna lose account. As far as you keep having the fear of losing account, and then you have fear you are one high win rate to make money, all of that, there's no way you're gonna get payout. Okay, that's one thing you have to understand. There's no way for you to get payout. So here's pretty simple. I have what 6% target, and then maximum loss is 3%. So what I did is really simple. On my video, I even said I was risking what 2%. 2%, 3 losses, I lose the account. Really simple. Okay. So that was something that I had in mind. I had a plan in mind. 3 losses, I lose the account. And if I lose that account, I'm still gonna buy more account, right? So now let's look at the reward cycle. Here they have weekly reward at 80% profit speed. This is the advantage of trading a FundingPips Pro.
Weekly reward is 80. If you look at the funding pips simple here, the weekly is 80. Weekly is 60. Every Tuesday, this weekly is 60. Meanwhile, with the funding pips pro is 80. So it makes the funding pips pro like the best case scenario in this case. So I went for that because I want to pass really fast. I want to get payout really fast. And then I want to get payout at a higher profit split, which is 80. Okay. So this was pretty much all I had in mind. So right now that you have a plan really simple that, okay, you want to buy the maybe funding pips pro, you want to probably risk 2%, you have everything in mind. Before, this is not even strategy related, just all of this in mind, right? So now you come on your chart. You have to choose some sort of session you want to trade. You should have a strategy, you should have everything. I'm not gonna teach everything from scratch here. I'm only gonna break down all the trades I've taken to pass the account. I'm also going to break down the trades I've sent to the signal group this week as well. That would be pretty much everything I'm gonna do here. I'm not gonna like break down all strategy because it's gonna take a while for me to do that. So what happened is this and these are the trades that were sent to the signal group. And by the way, this trade here had like really high TP. But again, pretty much all the TP hit anyway. So yeah, let me just put this one somewhere here. Okay. So these two trades here sent to the signal group. Now let me show you guys the trade that I took on the account I passed. These are the three trades I took. These are the trade I took. So if you try to compare this to this, what do you see? I have a really low profit target here, right? Like I don't have a high profit target. This one I have a very high one, and then even stop loss. This one have like a higher stop loss. This one has what like a smaller stop loss. So what happened here is that let's look at this case here. Sometimes when I send a trade to the my signal, okay. Sometimes price can run for like TP1 and then come back to stop loss. Okay. Let's say that price let's say I have something like this, right? Let's say I send this buy and then let's say my TP1 is somewhere up here. And then price hit TP1 and they come and took everyone out, right? So what happened here is that everyone on the signal, some of them could have taken TP, some of them could have hit stop loss, some of them could have hit break even. It's up to them how they manage their trade, right? But this could have been someone's stop loss. Okay, this could have been what someone's stop loss. But if you look at the way I traded my challenge there, 3R was everything I needed to pass. So this could have been someone's stop loss if price didn't go this high. If price just uh give me a second. If price did this could have been your stop loss. But for me, this is a TP. Why? Because I'm just targeting 3R. So that's why it makes it really easy for me to pass this because I'm just targeting small risk reward. Now, let's look at the trade that I took. Okay. I have already given you the reason why this pullback happened on the high time frame, on the weekly time frame, because yeah, we have a massive buy and then you should have some sort of pullback. And right after that, I have this sort of POI here. This POI is on the daily time frame, by the way. If I do this, you can see that we have what a massive POI here. This POI is what on the daily time frame. So after price hitting this POI on the daily time frame, I was expecting price to buy to the upside. And this buy, if I'm not joking to you, I'm even expecting this buy to create a new all-time high. So don't be surprised if price does create new all-time high. So from here we have some fair value gap here. So if price just fill this thing, it can go down. But if it just breaks it, then you have a reason to come somewhere here. Or if it doesn't, then it can just go to all-time high. So it's possible for price to do what go to all-time high. Okay. So now I have this level on the high time frame. So once price come tap, all I'm looking for is buy to the upside, right? I'm looking for what buy to the upside. So now let me come to the lower time frame. How did I get all of these entries? So if you try to see well, you have to follow market structure, by the way. So you have a low here, right? A here, right? And then you have a high here, B. So after A, high, B here, price did give a pullback. So this pullback, price pullback, I don't really use fib, but if you want, you can just like put a fib here. Price went below, well below the 50%. But after this pullback to the downside, then you're expecting price to create a new high to the upside. That's it, right? You're expecting price to do what? Create a high to the upside. Okay? So what happened here is price was going up. Price was gonna create a new high. So all I wanted is I wanted to get a re-entry because the way price massively did this week here, there was no way for me to like catch it buy down here. This would have been like the most gambling thing you can ever do when price does this kind of thing. You just like buy because you're expecting price to react. Price could have just kept going down and down and down and down. That could have happened as well. So you have no reason to just take entry right there. You have to look for some sort of a re-entry based on market structure, confirmation entry, or anything you can get. So when I zoom in here, what did I have here? First, let me try to remove all of this, right? Let me zoom in. So after price went up, it came down here. it came in mitigated this sort of weeks. We have this week here. Price came in mitigated this week. So after price mitigated this week here, I wanted to buy this. Okay, I wanted to have like buy somewhere down here. It depends how I'm gonna get the buy. I don't know where I'm gonna put my stop loss. But again, the stop loss is gonna be $2,000. I'm using 5 lots, so whatever wherever $2,000 gonna be my stop loss, that's where I'm gonna put my stop loss. So if the stop loss is gonna be here, here, wherever, I'm gonna put it there. But I missed this buy because the way price moved here, this was really, really fast. And then this was like market open. I think market open is even here. So I missed this buy in a way. I don't know what happened, but I missed that buy. And then later I came and I bought right here. When price was going up here, I had a buy here. And then from this buy I had here, where do you think I had my TP? My TP was somewhere up here. Okay. I had a buy when price was impulsing here. I have a buy. Why did I have a buy there? Because if you see well, we already have a mitigation here. Price gave a pullback. This pullback, price could have come for another mitigation here, right? Do you see the same thing has happened here? The same thing has happened here. But when price came here, it didn't come and tap this and started buying, and I didn't want to miss out on my trade. So when price started going up, I bought and I set my stop loss below this sort of how do I call this? This sort of POI, right? Like order block, if you want to call it that way. You have an order block right here. So my stop loss was pretty much below this order block right here. Right, I bought this and I had a TP just somewhere down up here. So this was a 3R trade. And this 3R price went in profit, almost halfway to profit. This could have been a break even, could have been stop loss. But again, one more thing I didn't notice, tell you guys is when I trade challenge, I don't set stop loss to break even. I just don't. I just follow my rules. If I'm trading live account, then sometimes I do set break even because losing a live account is really painful. But for me, when I lose a challenge, it's just a normal thing for me. Right? You have to get used to losing challenge basically for you to be able to pass them and get a payout. So I did not set break even price went in profit, pretty much like halfway to profit, and then it came back down. It took me out. So after taking me out, I thought, okay, so price probably came for this, right? Because I had this that price didn't tap it here, so price came and tap this. So after price came here, price started buying. I did not want to like directly have a buy right here because a buy right here directly that could have been, I don't know, like more or less like I'm trusting that this thing is just gonna go up. So I waited for price to at least like give me a reason for this thing to go up, right? So if you read market going down here, you can see that price is doing this, and then from here, price kind of broke this high here. So as soon as price broke this high here, that was when I had my buy. So I had my buy somewhere right here, and then I had my stop loss somewhere down here. Okay, had my stop. The reason I had my stop loss right there because there's a breaker block right here. So if price give a pullback is just gonna tap this and then go to the upside. So I had my buy somewhere here and then stop loss somewhere below down. And then where was my TP? 3R was pretty much what I was targeting. So 3R right here. So what happened is I lost $2,000 here, but that did not prevent me from having another $2,000 trade right here. And then you may be saying, if you lost 2,000, and then how did you just directly take another trade 2,000 here if your daily drawdown is 3%? One thing is this one happened on the 28th, okay? This buy, like when price was here, the dashboard is still didn't refresh. So 28. And when I came to take this buy here, it was already the next day on FundingPips dashboard. So I had my daily drawdown reset. So that's why I took this buy. If my daily drawdown didn't reset, I wouldn't have taken this buy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So this I took it because my daily drawdown of this day has already reset. So my daily drawdown is now back to break even. So if this buy was a stop loss, I would have been down 4%. And from there, I would have waited on maybe Wednesday or Thursday before taking another trade. And if I take another trade and that was a stop loss again, that means I would have lost all the account. Because 3 losses, that's all it takes to lose the account. If I'm emotionally attached to that account, there's no way. And again, price went up and then price gave a pullback and then price ended up going up. So some people would have closed the trade because they see that price giving a pullback and all of that. And by the way, remember this buy down here? I said I missed it. I had the same buy here on my FundingNext account. The same day, I remember I requested payout, and at the same time, I started trading the account. I want to send you guys a screenshot to. I hope you guys are on the. Are you guys are on my what's the name of this thing? On my Telegram. I don't know if you guys are on my Telegram. I'm gonna send you a screenshot. All of these trades right here. I took it on my my the only live account I had, by the way. Yeah, I just sent that to you guys in case if some of you guys that joined the call, you are not in the signal group. I'm gonna send it to the chat. I hope you all can see the chat. So I just sent the link of that. You can join. You can see. Basically, I had the same buy right there, and then I made another $4,000. So now I have another payout. I think it's $3,500 payout. But again, if you see well, I took a buy. I think I took a buy here. You see this pullback, the price came here and then went up. I started taking the buy there, and that was a stop loss. And right after that stop loss, when the second entry came right there, I took another buy. And you can clearly see that I have partial a lot on that from the next account. The reason I partial, okay, there's one thing. I said once that I don't partial, but sometimes I partial. If I partial, if it's a live account, the only way for me to partial, it has to be a live account. If it's not a live account, I don't partial. So if it's a live account, let's say I have a 200K live account. 200K live account, mostly I go for anything above 5,000 to $10,000 payout, right? So this is like what I go for the most. 5,000 to $10,000 profit. That's what I like going for. Now, if my trade is a break even, let's say my account is a break even, I take a trade and let's say that trade is running at maybe 9K in profit. So if that trade is 9K in profit, I want to partial probably like 7K, and then I'm going to leave the remaining running in full TP. The reason I'm doing that is because after I take it maybe 5 or 7K, if price come and take me out, I still made some money. Do you understand? That's one way. And then the other way around is if my account is in drawdown, okay, let's say this 200K account, I took some trade before, let's say I'm down $3,000. So if I'm down $3,000 and I took a trade and probably that trade is running maybe 6,000 in profit, what I do is I mostly partial that 3,000 just to bring my account back to break even. So once my account back to break even, then what I can do is I can just once my account is back to break even, if price come and take me out, I'm okay to lose the remainder of the profit, but I know that my account is back to break even, then I can just do what? Trade again and then make more profit. But I know that my account is back to break even, so I have less stress. Okay, that's one way. And the other way around, I already told you guys uh if the account is in at break even, and then I made some good amount of money partial. But if it's a live account, I don't partial. Okay, if it's a challenge account, I don't partial. So this two trade was enough to pass phase one. Okay, and by the way, I think the second trade, oh yeah, this is one more thing you have to understand. So if you take the second trade, this was my second trade. My second trade was a 4 hour trade, by the way. The reason I went for 4 hour trade is because the first trade was a loss. So I'm down 2%. So if I go for 4 hour, then that means that I have recovered the 2% loss here, and I made 6% more because I'm risking 2,000. I'm risking what? I'm risking 2% here, so I'm making 8K. So making 8K, I lost 2,000 here. So that allowed me to recover the $2,000 stop loss and then make more profit. I don't know if that makes sense. And if I come to where is that FundingPips thing? So if I come here, I don't know where the phase one was, but you can see that everything I said here, that was exactly what happened. Okay, do you guys see? This was the first trade here. That was the $2,000 loss. Exactly $2,000 loss here. And then the second trade was the $8,000 TP. Why? Because I went for 4 hours, so I have to recover the 2,000 here and then make 6,000 profit more. Okay, and I use a trade copier. So with the FX Blue trade copier, meaning what? One trade I take, the all it is the same on the other one. You can see that the same trade here, 2,000. The value is not always the same. This one is like 2,000 with some dollars behind. And I remember what one thing happened is like one of the account was short about maybe $20 or something. So I had to like take another buy one lot just for price to move a bit, and I closed it because like it wasn't up to the 6%. So I had to like do that just to pass it. So when you use a trade copier, that means that the one trade you take, it takes on every single other account, right? It takes what on every single other account. So I don't have to like buy here, buy here, buy here. Just one buy, and it takes on all of them. And if you want to know how to use the trade copier, probably I'm gonna make a video for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna make a video for you guys. Now, phase two, right? Phase one pass here. And one thing I don't know if you guys notice here is that FundingPips Pro minimum trade is 1 day. So if you pass phase one right now, if you go buy an account, you pass phase one, you'll get your phase two in like 1 hour or even in 15 minutes. Okay, it doesn't take that long to get your phase two. So I got my phase two at London session, right? So London Open. So London Open, I could have bought. I didn't even got it at London. I got it since Asia session, but I was feeling sleepy, so I didn't want to trade the phase two because like it was really late, so I didn't want to trade my phase two. So now phase two, I came for London. There was so many entries I could have bought. Right, you can read market structure right here, very simple. Price did this, pull back. This could have been a buy. Price did this, pull back. This could have been a buy. But one thing you can see here is that every single buy happened here. Price has took some sort of liquidity. Let me zoom in. What happened right here is what we have some wick here, right? So price came, it took the liquidity wick here, and then it went up. This could have been a buy, a very simple buy, right? And then the same thing happened here again. There's some liquidity here. Price came, it took the liquidity here, and then it went up. Another simple buy. And then what happened here is there's what another buy here. Liquidity here, price drop, but it dropped, it took the liquidity, and it went up. So this one, I may have had a stop loss if I had like a very entry buy here. But what happened is I don't know if is I truly don't know what made me to enter right here or not right here. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I had my buy here and I had my stop loss pretty much at this low here, and my TP was what 3R. Pretty simple. I had this. This is the easiest thing you can ever catch. Okay, very easy. But again, you can hit SL very easy as well because this just one minute candle could have given me a stop loss. So this make even more sense why you can't share this as a signal, because as soon as you even share before they even take, then it's a stop loss or it's a TP, because this thing can just move really fast. Okay. So this trade was really simple. Market structure was purely simple, right? And then liquidity taken, and then that was a buy. And this one, I passed phase two without a single stop loss. That was like the first trade I took. And then that first trade I took, it passed it. Okay, I don't know where that is. Yeah. So if I come to this here, you can see that they've not been a single stop loss. Just one trade. Oh yeah, I took a buy. That was a mistake. I took a buy and I closed it. But that closes at the loss. So because I'm supposed to have $2,000 stop loss. But right here you can see 500. I there was a mistake. I think the mistake was with the copyright or something. I don't remember exactly what happened. So yeah, one trade and then that was a TP and then that was pass, right? That was pass. Really easy. So this were this three trade. I took three trade. That all it took to make this. So what happened right here with three account, right? Let's say I go for $5,000. Let's say I copy trade live account, right? If I copy trade live account and I make 5K on each account, I'm gonna make 15K. Okay? If I make 15K, profit split is 80%. So let's do 15,000 multiply by 80%. I'm gonna make 12K. Like the net profit payout I'm gonna get 12K payout. And guess what? It's weekly payout. So if I can have 4 payout in a month, which is weekly, right? You have 4 weeks in a month. So if you do what 15K, just 5%, making 5% shouldn't be that big of a deal, I guess. So if you do this, let's say somehow you manage to pull this up like 4 times in a month. So I'm making 12K 4 times. You do this time 4. So 12 times 4 is what? You are making 48K payout in a month from 300K account. I'm not saying it's impossible. You can do it. But one thing is, I only have 3 losses to lose a live account or any account, any two-step pro account, basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if I even blow the live account. I can actually blow the live account. Why can I blow the live account? Because the same way you could have blown the challenge, you could have also blown the live account. Right now, even if I trade on Tuesday, I think I'm gonna get my live account, like get my onboarding, the account ready to be traded by Tuesday. Uh, I can easily go through a losing streak, 3 losses on a row, and then lose those live accounts without a payout. I can do that. But if I lose those 3 accounts I bought, I think each account cost me like $160. So $160, if I do $160 times 3, that means I would have lost about $1,000. This is how much I would lose if I lose those three accounts without a payout. But if I manage to just buy more account and pull up one single 12K payout, 12K payout, I'll need to blow 12 300K account to come back to break even. So you see how insane that is, right? So not because of losing $1,000, that would make me think that I can't make money. You can make money despite all of that. So these were the trades I took basically. And aside that, the trade that was sent to the VIP, they've been two set up this week. One of them is this one right here. And again, even this one is the same thing. You have some liquidity right here. So price did what? It dropped, it took the liquidity right after that liquidity taken, then that's a buy setup. And then the other one that was a stop loss. It was actually slightly stupid buy basically because there's not been any sort of internal liquidity right here. The real buy could have come from this. Okay, like could have bought right here, okay, like from here. If this was bought, then you could have had at least a TP before price rejecting, but then this buy was missed, and this was the re-entry, and that re-entry end up for a stop loss, basically, right? So these were the only setup that I kind of took this week. And by the way, I didn't even take this buy here because I just don't have a live account to take it. My 200K account is up $4,000. I'm just waiting for a payout. And then my 300K account is still on what onboarding. You can see right here, onboarding here. So as far as it's onboarding, I cannot trade. I logged in already on my on my phone right here, but I can't trade it because it's still what onboarding. I can't trade it. So this was a really beautiful buy. If I had that live account already, this was that easy 15K payout. This could have been, I could have made more because price went even more. For me, I think I may have just closed it somewhere right here. And then that was a 15K payout. If I hold it for this high here, that could have been an easy 50K payout. On a single payout, by the way, 50K on a single payout. That could have been possible. So all I'm saying right here is I have a whole system that follows. So it doesn't matter if I lose an account or not. I have a system I know it works because I've made money with it already. So why would I be afraid of following the system, right? And then trading profit is just the fastest way to make money and the easiest way to make money. Because I don't trade every single day. And I end up making money at the end of the day, right? And I'm making at the end of the month, not at the end of the day. A day I can lose money, but a month I end up making money, right? And one more thing, I'm gonna give you an advantage of trading, funding and trading personal account. If you have a funded account, let's say 100K, okay, let's say that 100K have $10,000 overall drawdown. Let's say week one, let's say you make 5K profit, right? 5K profit, you get payout. Maybe you get paid 4K, right? So you now take 4K inside your pocket, right? And then let's say week two, you make maybe 2,000. From the 2,000, maybe you got paid $1,600 here, right? So you put another 1,600 in your pocket. And then let's say week three, you lose the funded account. So for you to lose the funded account, you need to lose $10,000. So let's say here you lost $10,000, okay? So what happened here is that you made 2K here, you made 5K here, and then you lost 10K here. So if you do the math on this one, 5K plus 2K, that's like 7K. 7K minus 10K, then you should be down 3K. So if you do the calculation, you should have been down 3K. But if you're trading funded, that means that this is your money, this is your money, and then this is Propfirm's money. It's not your own 10K. This 10K only represents probably $500 you used to buy the account. So this is just like minus $500 on the money you got here. So you do 4K plus 1,600. This is like 5,600. 5,600 minus 500. Then you have like $5,100. So despite losing 10K here, you still made a profit of $5,100. But if you traded your own live account, let's say you have really 100K you are trading, you made 5K on day one, you made 2K on day one, you lost 10K on day three, you are going to end up with a PNL of minus $3,000 on your live account. Like you are going to be down real $3,000. But you can't be down 3,000 if you traded Propfirm, because Propfirm you should have still be up $5,000. So this is just the easiest breakdown ever. When you trade Propfirm, you can go through a losing streak, but trust me, that losing streak is only gonna cost you your challenge fee. It's not gonna cost you the money you've cashed out of the market. It's only what the challenge fee you used to buy the account. So that make it like really risk free because you don't have to risk too much. No, you don't have to risk too much. So that would be pretty much it. You guys been spamming the chat. But again, let me give you guys the opportunity to maybe ask two questions. Okay. So have your thumbs up if you want to ask a question. Have your thumbs up. I'm gonna unmute you. I don't know if I can do that. And then you can ask your question. So do you guys have a question? Have your thumbs up. I even forgot how you have thumbs up again. Okay, Ben, you can unmute yourself.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Yo, I'm good, and you?
I'm all right. The question that I have is because I'm not on the group yet. I'm not on your VIP yet because I'm trying to get to the VIP. But
Yeah,
recently I just purchased like a 50K account.
yeah,
So I mean I'm already up to like 500. So I'm trying to pass that as well.
yeah.
The question that I have, so if I try to get to the group, like to your VIP group, do you give like a certain signal for passing the challenge, or do you just give like a random signal?
All right. So here's the thing. When you say VIP, I have two kind of VIP. Can be mentorship, can be signal. The mentorship is all about learning. I don't know if you see right below my tab here, AstuceFX mentorship. This is like my app. On the app, you have access to the course, and then you have the normal mentorship, which is the standard. You can join here. You can learn. If you have question, all of this you can learn through this. Or you can also join the premium course, which is like more in depth where I teach on Zoom call. Like the way I'm replying to your question right here, this is how you can
Okay.
learn if you join the premium course. So right now I have intakes, people that join for the month of November. I still haven't started the call. I think first call is gonna be probably on Monday. It was supposed to be first November, but like I can't do first November because it's on weekend. I do them mostly on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, like 2 or 3 times in a week, basically. So yeah, if you
Okay.
want to learn and master, be able to pass challenge yourself, you can do it by joining the premium course. Because premium course, if you come to student result here, you can see this guy, he joined the premium course. Look at his role here. You see premium course right here, VIP premium course here. He got this payout right here. And then this guy just paid for a normal mentorship. You can also get funded. So if you want to learn correctly, premium course. If you want to just learn normally, or maybe you just don't have enough money, you can go for normal mentorship. Or if you want signal, then you can join the Telegram signal. I don't know.
Okay.
You can see my Telegram, right?
Yeah.
This is the Telegram signal. And for the Telegram, I send about 2 to 3 setups a week. Okay. I don't send uh like 5, 10 setups a week. I only send 2 to 3 setups a week. If at the end of the call, I'm gonna share the result of even the month of October. You'll have an idea. So if you want to know how the entry is, this is how the entry looks like, right? So this is how the entry looks like here. Sometimes I share chart, but I mostly, yeah, sometimes I say chart, but again, the chart is just to give you an idea exactly what I'm looking for. So this is how the
Okay.
entry of the signal looks like. Okay, this is how the entry of the signal looks like. And then if you can use this to pass get funded, yes, you can use to pass get funded. But one thing you have to understand is if you truly want to have long-term success in trading, you should be able to know how to trade yourself. Why am I saying that? Because for the past 2 weeks, I've been in Dubai. I haven't traded. I haven't sent signals. And people in my DM are complaining that we paid for signal, but you are not sending signals. Why? Because they were depending on me. So if I don't trade, then they don't trade either. They don't make money either. I don't know if you understand.
That's true.
So if
Yeah.
I fall sick in some way, they can't trade. If I travel, they can't trade. If anything that happened to me, just like they can't profit from it, right? And sometimes, maybe today I don't trade. There's a setup, but I didn't trade. But like, if you know how to trade, you could have like gotten the trade yourself. So yes, you can join, make money from Signal, as well as you can just learn. Learning is the best way. But if you want to make money from Signal, that's also fine. But one more thing is, Signal doesn't mean that it has always to be wins. There's times where I go through losses, and most of the people that join Signal Group and don't understand trading, they think that when a trader goes through a losing streak, then he's a bad trader. That's the issue. But losing streak is just a normal thing. I can go through a losing streak. Anyone can go through a losing streak. So you can make money, yes. And there's also chances for you to lose some money if I go through a losing streak. And if you want to learn, you also have the option. So everything is up to you. But yes, you can get funded through Signal. There've been people that got funded. There've been people even made like, I think there was some guy made like 4,000 or 5,000 payout from Signal Group. By the way, he paid like $47 just for it. So you have the option basically. So it's up to you to see which one is the best for you to do.
Okay.
Does that reply to your question?
Yeah, that's answered the questions.
All
But
right.
when you joined the the group, like the mentorship group,
Yes.
did it come with Signal as well? Just because when you try to learn, like you earn
Actually,
as you learn.
mentorship doesn't come with Signal, but mentorship meaning is mentoring, meaning that if you, let's say, get a setup and you have question, you can ask me and I'm going to reply you. I don't know if that makes sense. So
Okay.
if someone, let's say this guy joined here and he was asking me a question and I will show him this and that and this and that. So I can show you what is wrong and what is right. Like this guy, he was selling and I was like, why are you selling? And this thing ended up hitting stop loss. And I gave him the reason why he shouldn't be selling. I don't know if that makes sense. So
Yeah, got it.
I only focus on learning when you join mentorship. You can even join both if that's what you want
Got
to
you.
have. Yeah. All right. So I think that would be pretty much it. You guys have a lot of questions. I'm gonna take a second, guy. Rafat, you can unmute yourself. You have a question, you can ask. Hello? Hello, hello. You've unmuted yourself, but you are not talking. What was this buy? Sell? What's happening? What this thing is selling when the session ended. Why did my session indicator even close? Let me see something. This guy, I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna give Jeremy. Jeremy, you can, if you have a question, you can ask.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah. Would you advise buying multiple prop firms or just buying one? Because when you buy one, you have to trade that one prop firm till you pass. But when you buy two, maybe you take one trade here. Maybe if it's a loss, and the second, if you're going to enter a second trade, then you go to the next one, then you take that trade. If it's a win, meaning you are going to scale up the second account more, but the
It's advised to have multiple yes, you can have multiple Propfirm account, okay? But having multiple Propfirm account is only valid when it's a live account, okay? Like if you are starting out and you don't have a lot of money, you have no reason to buy like plenty Propfirm account. And before you even go and buy a Propfirm account at the first place, demo, okay? When I explain here that I'm risking 2% and then 3 losses, I lose account, blah blah blah. I got my data from demoing. I don't know if that makes sense. I got my data from what? Demoing. So I mean that before I buy an account, do anything, I got myself a 100K account. Okay. I use Exness as a broker. So if you guys want to trade with Exness, I'm gonna send the link to the general community later, right after this call. So you sign up to a broker, just a normal personal broker, and then create a demo account for yourself. Okay. Once you do create a demo account for yourself, what you do is, let's say you create a 100K. If you want to go for 100K, create a 100K. If you want to go for 10K, create a 10K. Don't create something different from what you are going to trade live or trade funded. So let's say you go for 10K. And then from 10K, let's say you want to be risking 1% per trade, maybe $100. So you now start risking $100 per trade. And then if you are trying to make 8%, try to follow the rules. Set up a rule for you. How much you are risking, how many setup you are taking a day, how many setup you are taking in a session, which session you are trading, and then try to follow that. So if you're able to maybe make 8% on that demo account that you created, or 10% on that demo account. So if you're able to pass that demo account you created for yourself, then you are more likely to pass a real funded account. Okay. So once you have that data, proven data that you can pass, then you can go for a challenge. But again, when you go for a challenge, just buy one. Buy one, and then if you pass, you got a payout. Let's say you get, let's say, $500 payout. After the payout, you use the money of this payout to buy more account. Probably you can buy a same account 10K, or you can maybe go for 25K. If you got a lot of payout from that account, you can buy a 25K, right? And from this 25K already, you have now two accounts. You have 10K here, and you have 25K here. If you have managed to maybe make 1K from that 25K, yeah, go to 50K. Okay. And at the end of the day, you'll end up having multiple live funded account. Having multiple live funded account is more important than you having multiple challenge account. Okay. So it's not advised to have multiple challenge account, but multiple live account, you can do it. But it's up to how much money you have at the first place. If you have money to play around with, yes, you can go and buy plenty. But again, I remember someone said he bought a 50K and then now he wants to join Signal to pass and all of that. Don't buy account if you can't pass. If you don't have a, yes, maybe he has a plan to join Signal to pass with it. That's fine. But if he bought just to trade for himself, and then he knows that he can't pass, why do you even buy at the first place? And why do you even go for 50K? Do you know if 50K cost like $300, or maybe with the discount probably it costs like maybe $250? That $250, if you bought 5K, you could have bought like almost 10 5K accounts. Okay. Almost what? Almost 10 5K accounts. So if you bought 10 5K account, what happened here is there's no way you're gonna blow 10 account like that. So you have higher chance to pass 10 5K account than passing just one 50K account because you only have one chance. Having 10 chances to do something and having one chance to do something, 10 chances, you have higher chance to pass. You have higher chance to make it. It's the same way if you were trying to succeed, there is no way you just give it one trial and if you don't make it, then you'll be like, you can't do it again. It doesn't work that way. Give it multiple chances. I hope that replies to the question. I'm gonna take last person. We have so many. Justin, you can unmute yourself. I ask you to unmute. Let's see if you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you doing?
Yo, bro, was good. So, I have two questions. Actually, the first one is a request. You mentioned something about copy trading. Maybe if
Yes.
you can make that video, I think that will help us like a lot. I'm trying to copy trade my account, some pro farms. I have some rules about copy trading. So, if you can make that video, will help us. And the other question is you have explained well about the 100K account and how you manage it. But I'm going to request if maybe assuming you have a 25K account, how would you go by it? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
a
so copy
25K
copy
account.
tr- copy trading. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video for you guys. But you guys can even go and search on YouTube FX Blue. You can get videos, plenty of it. I myself, I learned how to use FX Blue on YouTube. At the beginning, I made a lot of mistake because there are like plenty settings you have to set it up. If you don't set it up well, you can take a trade. Meanwhile, the trade is not taken on the other account, and yes, you're gonna have issues like this happening. But when you trade, for me, I don't look at account size. I look at it as percentage kind of thing. I don't look at account size. If I have 100K, right? I bought 100K. I was risking 2%. That means that 2% I'm risking. I know I was risking $2,000. Doesn't matter the account size. I'm always gonna risk what $2,000, 2%. Okay. If I was trading, let's say a 50K account, I would have risked $1,000. Why? Because $1,000 is 2%. If I was maybe trading a 10K, I would have risked what? I would have risked $200 because that's 2%. If I was trading 25K, I would have risked what? $500 because $500 is what? 2%. Okay, so doesn't matter the account size. You always do the same thing. And again, one more small thing. If you only have $1,000, you want to invest into Propfirm trading, don't buy more than a 10K account because the higher chances you have, the higher chance you can pass. So if this one you go and let's say you buy a 200K, then you just spend all the money. So you have one chance to pass. If you blow, then you no longer have money to buy more. But if you buy 10K account, 10K probably costs like $60 or $50. So let's say $60. $60, you have to lose how many? Let me do the calculation. If you do 1,000 divided by 60, you have like 16 10K account for you to blow. And there is no way you'll blow 16 10K on a row without passing them. If that ever happened to you, you're just not profitable. There is no way. You're just not profitable. Right? You're just not profitable. So based on the money you have, if you have $1,000, just go for 10K. If you have $10,000 somewhere in the bank account and you are 100% sure that you want to put that into Propfirm account, then you can probably from there you can maybe go and trade 50K or 100K. Okay, I didn't even say 200K, 50K or 100K. Okay, that's the biggest issue you guys make. Biggest issue you guys make. So yeah, whatever account you're trading, just have the same thing. But again, you have to look at how much money you have and then how much you're willing to lose or whatever. So you guys have a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna reply to all the questions today. Why? Because I think it has been over an hour now. I'm gonna give you guys a free mentorship giveaway. Okay, I've already done giveaway for account. I've given away 5K account for this month of October. So next giveaway is gonna be November. So feel free, just be in my free Telegram group, and then anytime there's any sort of giveaway, I'm gonna tell you guys how to participate. So if you want a free 5K funding pips account, wait next month, maybe in 2 weeks, you can have the opportunity to participate in giveaway. But for today, is only gonna be mentorship giveaway and mentorship giveaway. I can't really choose someone here on the chat to give it to you, so I'm gonna send instruction later how to join the giveaway. Join the fight. It's probably gonna be on my X account, but I'm gonna post it on my on my free Telegram community. Right, I'm gonna post it for you guys right there. So you have what a free. You have a giveaway. You can join and you can learn, and I hope that after learning, you can make money as others are making. Right. So I think that would be pretty much it. And I think, is there anything I wanted to say? Yeah, that would be it. I'm gonna post the recorder on my YouTube and I'm gonna make it public for you guys. So if you join late, anything, you still have the recorded. You can go through the recorded after this one right here. And that would be pretty much it. Hope you the best. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Bye bye. Hope you make money as usual. Right? All right. Bye bye. See you guys.